All right, we're ready to continue on with Tennessee. We'll ask Coach Barnes for some general thoughts, and then we'll take your questions for the student athletes and then excuse them. And then we'll finish up with Coach Barnes. So, Coach, would you begin?
Hard-fought game both ways. I thought both teams really put a lot of effort and energy into it. They played a terrific second half, shot the ball well. They really hit some big shots at the right time. I think our guys, again, we're still learning how to play without Zakai, and I thought that showed up in the fact that they had a couple run-outs where we didn't have the floor balance, where the guys that are learning how guys are playing the point where we've got to get back. But give them credit, and I'm really proud of the effort our guys put into this game. I thought they all fought hard to get ready to play. But, again, Missouri made some really key buckets at the right time, and we needed to get a couple stops there at the end, and we didn't finish the play. You know, we gave up a dribble penetration layup, and at the end, when 9 seconds, that was a tough play because we were in a situation where we were scrambling, and ball came off, and they were able to get that one back. But really proud of the effort of our guys, again, and I'm proud of the fact that they're learning. I think these last 3 games are going to help us going forward. I know that what we set out to accomplish is still out there in front of us, and we just got to get back and get ready to go again.
All right, we'll take questions for either of the student athletes. If you'll raise your hand, we'll get one of the remote mics to you. Let's go ahead and start on the far left.
Olivier, where do you guys got to be better in the closing minutes of games, offensively and defensively?
I think it starts with knowing our shot selection and you know, on offensive end, taking care of the ball, executing what we need to do, especially coming out of timeouts, playing together. And then on defense, you know, we play with a very high intensity and we attack other teams, but sometimes we can get a little over-aggressive at times and overrun plays. So we need to find a way to stay under control while keeping that same intensity.
Raise your hand. Other questions? Okay, let's go to the middle on the far side.
Jahmai, just what was the difference in the defense in the first half and second half?
I think we knew going into the game period they were going to make shots. You know, this team, you can only go by off of what they played against us the first time. So we were ready and we were prepared for that. So, but I think, you know, all in all, we just had to close out the game a little bit better on the defensive end. You know, we gave up, like I said, too many drives. If they hit threes, they're going to hit threes, you know, but we can't give up those drive layups. And we got to finish the game with a rebound. So I think we were prepared. I know our coaches did a great job with scouting them, and they gave us the keys, but we just have to finish the game as players, and we got to grow from it.
Next question. Let's go to the second row right here on the right side.
Yeah, Jahmai, just wondering what this weekend might have done for your confidence. How do you feel in the new role moving into the NCAA tournament?
I feel like my confidence is still the same. I feel like I'm a very confident player, and I know I work extremely hard on my game, but I don't think it doesn't really matter if we don't come out with the win, you know. So I know I have to be better on both ends. I think I got to be better defensively and offensively, and I know I can be just to help our team out. So my confidence is going to grow, you know, once we keep getting wins.
Next question on the right side on the aisle.
Olivier, Rick mentions that he thinks these last 3 games are going to help you all. Just how do you see these last 3 games and then the last 2 this week here helping you all starting next weekend?
I think it's true. You know, playing in these kind of tough games, close games, and intense games is always going to be good for us in the long run because that's tournament basketball. That's March Madness, you know. And honestly, not even just the last 3. We've been in games like this all year, and we've come out on top in games like this, and we've lost games like this. And I think all of that is going to be valuable experience for us going into to these next games.
Raise your hand. Have time for 1 or 2 more questions. All right, let's go to the middle on the right side.
Jahmai, basketball is a game sometimes where you just lose close games, but y'all have had several of those this year. How do you not let things like that affect you, you know, as a team, you know, with the confidence level going down those final couple minutes?
You know, I think for us, man, we've gone through so much this season, just you know, internally as a team. And I think despite even the losses, we've grown, you know, so much with staying together and dealing with adversity, man. You know, the basketball, sometimes it's just like that, and we got to bounce back from it. But I think this tournament, these losses, these close games, is just building our mental fortitude and helping us out with dealing with close ones in the tournament. And I think we're all going to be ready for that. We've gone through so much that mental toughness has really gone up, just in individuals and as a team together. So I think we're going to be prepared for anything and everything going into the tournament.
Last question. Okay, let's go to the third row on the middle.
Yeah, Jahmai, just what do you see from them coming out of timeouts, and what do you think allowed them to have so much success there?
I think they were just hitting shots. I think, they were executing what they wanted to get to. They were taking advantage of matchups that they wanted to get to. And, us as a team, we pride ourselves on being able, especially now, being able to switch and guard the ball. And we have to be able to continue to do that a little bit better. But I think they executed well. They knew exactly which spots they wanted to get to. And, they're a confident team. They know what they're good at. They know what they're not good at, and I think coming out of timeouts, they did a great job of executing. But it's what we do is we take that and we disrupt that. And I think we did that at points in time in the game, but we just got to do that for 40 minutes and really, be dogs out there on the court.
All right, we'll excuse the student athletes. You can return to the locker room.
Appreciate y'all.
And one note as well, when we're done here, Commissioner Sankey will be in for a media session around, as soon as we're done with this one. Let's go to Coach Barnes. And questions, raise your hand. Let's start right here in the front row.
Coach, you guys have been a very good defensive team this year, but talk about the two games against Missouri, what's been challenging, and then Kobe Brown and what he did today and how he performed.
Well, that's what, again, they obviously went to an isolation game trying to get him in there, and we actually went small one time and came out of the timeout, and coaches had the play that we thought they would run, and we switched when we shouldn't have on one particular play that was where he scored in there. But we knew, again, they were going to go to that at some point in time. That's what they do. But they made some key shots and at the right time, and got to give them credit for that. And it's like Jahmai said, we talked about it. It's the layups and where we didn't have the floor balanced, and we're going to learn from that. That's again, someone asked a question about the last 4 minutes. We played the entire year with Zakai Ziegler. That's where he was in control of the game, and we've got to get better at the floor balance at the end. But they again, their three key guys did a great job, and you got to give them credit for it.
Okay, question. Do you have one right here? Yeah.
Rick, what is this team's identity right now as far as you see it going to the NCAA tournament?
I don't know what happened at the start of the game. I wasn't really happy the way we started the game, and I don't know what that was about. But after that, we settled down, and we again, I know we can guard. They made some shots today. You got to give them credit for that. And but the fact is, we again 3 games without Zakai. Obviously, the one we played at home, it was a really good win for us. But or is it 4 games now? I can't remember what it is. But anyway. We're going to be fine. The biggest prize that we want to win after, that we want to go after, is still out there. And Jahmai mentioned it. This team's been very resilient. I don't know if I've told you guys, I don't know if I've been through in all my years in coaching what we've gone through and with the injuries this year, right when you think you're getting it all back and it doesn't happen. But these guys have never great attitudes, great work ethic, and again, I'm as a coach, I couldn't ask for any more from these guys because they really do want to win, and again, we got a chance. I'm telling you, I think we got as much a chance as anybody. If you ask me what I'm thinking of right now, one word, it would be this team's been very resilient. And there's a lot of teams that like to be where we are right now. I think there's a lot of teams that won't look forward to a match up with us, but we're going to learn from this game, and as we did the last couple, and we'll be ready next week.
Okay, let's go to the second row in the middle.
Down the stretch, Rick, Josiah comes off. Was that sort of, he's having a tough offensive day, so you decide, even though his defense may have helped you down the stretch, is that basically what the decision came down to, not playing him down the stretch?
Yeah, well, yeah, we felt like coming down the stretch, and the fact that Tyreek was shooting the ball well too. We felt like we had to make sure we kept offense on the court, and again, we really, to be quite honest, we think we can, with our length now, that we can guard some of it, but we gave up a drive out of a side ball screen. That was a tough play right there, but again, when we just felt like because Tyreek had been shooting the ball well, we felt like we had to get him back out there.
Okay, let's go to the third row in the middle.
Rick, are you concerned at all with the team's confidence
No.
down the stretch in those close games?
I think they'll learn from it. I mean, again, they stepped back and made a couple threes, but I could go down. I mean, Olivier had he had a great look at the three, and again, Olivier can shoot the ball. I mean, that shot goes in, but. Again, it's the little small plays that add up that we've got to eliminate. Teams can make some threes, but you can't give up the little ones at the rim. You can't give up dribble penetration. The last one on the offensive rebound, that was a broken scramble situation. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I don't know if two guys went at it right there to get to the ball. I'm not sure, but I mean, it's a really fine line, but I think our guys are confident. I really do. I mean, I can only tell you, I've been around them. I know their body languages, and it was not a lack of confidence.
Okay, we have 3 more questions. We'll take one right there, and then we'll finish up with the 2 on the front.
What have you learned about your team in the 4 games without Sakai?
Well, again, we're still searching for that because, again, we've played however many games we played this year, maybe the last 4 minutes, 5 minutes of the game, that's where he was. We played through him most of the time. We did a lot ball screen situations late in the game with him, different things. We're not doing that as much right now, so that's where we probably miss him the most. But we're not going to use that as an excuse in any of these games. But if you ask me, that's the last 4 minutes of the game is where I thought, as a coach and our staff, that's where we would probably find out that we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do through there. And again, we've gotten better with it, but I still go back. We had 3 bad offensive plays at Auburn. Then today it was we had a couple defensive plays that we've got to clean up, and we certainly played well enough today offensively to win the game. I mean, there's no question about that. And they shot the ball again. You got to give them credit for that, but we gave them too much in certain situations that we can't give up.
Okay, front row.
Coach, just the front court scoring, I mean, or the lack of it, just how damaging was that today when you just don't get anything in the post outside of Olivier?
Well, again, we talk about it all year. That's where we've been inconsistent, and that's where we got to be. We got to be consistent there. We need it, but it also defensively is just consistency. And often when that's happening, it puts a lot of pressure on our perimeter guys, and they did a great job today. I mean, it's amazing how people go after Santi, and he just continues to do what he does night in and night out. But we knew going into this year that would be the biggest area with our team. Can our post guys consistently, that we know what we're going to get night in and night out, and that's where we, again, if we could ever get them all playing at the level that we know they're capable of, that's when we could become a very dangerous team.
Coach, you've been a part of this league for a long time. How would you assess the strength this year and the depth of the strength this year of this league?
Well, I think it's really good. Obviously, it's you might could go back and say there's years when there's been more talented players and something like that, but in terms of top to bottom with talent, depth, that's probably there's been no easy games. There hasn't. There hasn't been any easy. Certainly Alabama has had a great year, and they've had some great wins on the road. But I look around college basketball, I think it's a lot like our league this year. I don't know there's a clear cut. Anybody's going to be, somebody's going to catch it at the right time. And I think the same thing about our league. On any given night, you knew that wherever you went to play, it was going to be hard. And it's only going to get better with Texas and Oklahoma coming in the league. We already have the best athletic conference in America. It's only going to continue to grow and get better in everything. But this was a year, the 8 years I've been in the league, again, every game, it seems like it's been a grind.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
And reminder, Commissioner Sankey will be in momentarily.